This series was funded by great viewers just like you over on Patreon. Check out the description or end of the video to hear how you can take part in making the show even more amazing. Hey everyone, Gaijin Goombah here, and welcome back to another episode of Which Ninja? A series that looks at media's most popular shinobi to see which are good and which are bad, and Kaka Ranger? Really? For those of you who have never heard of Kaka Ranger, it was basically the 1995 Super Sentai series themed around ninjas that basically had their action scenes ripped by Saban and edited into Power Rangers Seasons 2 and 3. But no, hang on a sec. You're gonna tell me that a color-coded group of highly talkative ninja rangers who attack using sentient cat buses and multi-chromatic footballs are even close to having historical ninja backgrounds?
Well, it's what the patrons voted for, and why not? Remember that crazy episode we did with Johnny Yong Bosch? His Black Ranger character was translated from the Kaka Ranger series, and we learned that his Japanese counterpart, Jiraiya, is chock full of ninja references.
Fictional ninja references. And I get the feeling that the rest of the Kaka Ranger cast is gonna be based on the same romanticism of ninja rather than what ninja of history actually were.
Well, what makes you say that?
Because I know for a fact that 3 of the 5 core casts are based on Japan's first true ranger-like squad of ninja, the Sanada 10 Braves, a fictional novel series written by Tatsukawa Bunko during the Taisho period of 1912. See, during the siege of Osaka Castle, where Toyotomi Hideyoshi's son, Hideyori, fought against his father's subordinate, Tokugawa Ieyasu, for the right to rule all of Japan, Hideyori employed a badass clan to help defend his castle, the Sanada clan, headed by Yukimura Sanada. We've gone into great detail about these guys back in our Mario Odyssey video, so if you want some more information on the clan, be sure to check that out. But long story short, this clan was small, but they were hardcore legends of their time. And despite being a clan of samurai and bushi, Yukimura himself employed quite a large collection of ninja. And it was this moment of history that Tatsukawa Bunko spun a fictional story involving 10 of Yukimura's shinobi. These were Yuri Kamanosuke, Mochizuki Rokuro, Nezu Jinpachi, Kake Juzo, Uno Rokuro, Anayama Kosuke, Miyoshi Isa, Miyoshi Sekai, Kirigakure Saizo, and finally their leader, Sarutobi Sasuke. Sasuke! See anything familiar in that list?
Easily. The last 3, Sekai, Saizo, and Sasuke, are all names of Rangers Yellow, Blue, and Red respectively. Interesting coincidence.
Well, it's really not as much a coincidence as you might think. Despite the ninja novel featuring 10 shinobi, only 3 ever really made their mark: Miyoshi Sekai, Kirigakure Saizo, and Sarutobi Sasuke, while the other 7 were only occasionally mentioned with the other 3. Anyway, each of them served under Yukimura in their struggles against Ieyasu Tokugawa and his armies that attacked Osaka Castle, with eventually all 10 of them falling in battle. Though Japan as a whole doesn't view Tokugawa with great disdain, in fact he's got a rather positive image, the Sanada clan and the Shinobi 10 Braves are seen as heroes and true warriors, devoted to their cause to the bitter end. And it's this positive outlook on the Sanada 10 Braves that actually spearheaded a turning point to how the public view ninja. See, in the past, ninja were considered anti-heroes at best and villains at worst, most of the time never even really commanding a presence in these stories. But with the release of Bunko's novels, ninja popularity spread like wildfire as common folk came to envision not only these 10 ninja, but a great number of ninja as heroes, such as Ishikawa Goemon and Jiraiya.
But the question of course still stands. Are the aforementioned Sasuke, Saizo, and Sekai based after any real ninjas of history? I mean, fiction is fiction for sure, but oftentimes fiction is rooted in some sort of truth.
Well, that is true, and there's a lot of speculation that the Sanada 10 Braves are based off of living ninja of the time, but there's not that much to say about them. Kirigakure Saizo, for example, was likely based on a ninja known as Kirigakure Shikaemon, who was known for one great ninja deed: the failed assassination of Kinoshita Tokichiro, later known as Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Interestingly enough, the assassination was foiled because he didn't follow one of the most basic ninja rules: don't stink. Then there's Miyoshi Sekai, who was likely based on Miyoshi Masayasu, who wasn't even really a ninja, but rather a member of the Miyoshi Trio, a group of deadly, masked, spear-wielding samurai who fought against Oda Nobunaga. Finally, Sarutobi Sasuke was likely based on Kozuki Sasuke, cited as being one of Japan's finest ninja, but so little is actually known about him that his name and legend eventually would be mixed and confabulated into Bunko's novel. So yeah, not exactly the most accurate of ninja, if ninja at all.
Well, what about Tsuruhime? Sure, the other 4 may be based off a fictional ninja, but what about her?
Well, sorry to burst your bubble, my dude, but Tsuruhime isn't even based off of a fake ninja. But that doesn't make her inspiration any less fascinating. Kaka Ranger Tsuruhime is likely based on Ohori Tsuruhime, daughter to the head priest Ohori Yasumochi of Oyamazumi Shrine on Omishima Island in Iyo Province. God, that is a lot of O's. During her life, the Oichi clan, which hailed from nearby Yamaguchi, besieged the island in order to claim it for themselves. When Tsuruhime's father died of illness and her 2 brothers died of the conflict, she was the one who rose up and rebuilt the Ohori clan's fighting force. When the Oichi general Ohara Takakoto saw that this new army was being led by a 15-year-old girl, he scoffed. But his laughter was cut short as Tsuruhime cut him down in a flash. And in time, she and her military resistance would drive the Oichi clan back to Yamaguchi.
Alright, fine. All the Kaka Rangers are based on fictional ninja and unrelated to figures of history. But what about what the Kaka Rangers actually do? Like their weapons, their tactics, or their giant robots?
Which ones? The robots based on massive animals or the robots that are literally made out of freaking castles?
While you're looking at the macro, I'm looking at the micro. And that's where I'm actually finding some solid ninja connections.
Oh please, do pray tell.
Well, first of all 5 of the core group are seen using 2 very effective, very ninja tools, Shuriken and Makibishi. Corny though they may be in the show, there's a lot of historical takeaway when it comes to these 2, because at first you might be thinking, what the absolute heck is up with these shuriken designs? Arrowheads, triangles, S's? But truth be told, all 5 of the Kaka Rangers shuriken are at least lightly modeled off of various shuriken that were used in real life. For example, Ninja Black's shuriken bears a strong resemblance to the Roppo shuriken, a 6-pronged wheel whose edges were not only made for deep multiple points of penetration, but could also be used as a wall hook. Ninja Blue's shuriken, on the other hand, is 4-pronged and a lot flatter, greatly resembling the Itomaki shuriken, which, unlike shuriken of several prongs, had one continuous blade that made any striking point a threat. And then you've got Ninja Red's shuriken, which is one of the most outlandish design of the 5, and it also has a pretty solid connection to another type of shuriken known as the Manji shuriken. Named so due to the likeness of the Buddhist Manji symbol and not to the Nazi swastika, both of which having very curved and refined points. Though, when compared to the other Rangers, I guess Ninja White shuriken is probably the most odd, as yeah, it does look like some kind of arrowhead. But this is actually the spitting image of the swallowtail Matsubagata Shaken, thrown by holding the twin tails of the blade with one's thumb, index, and middle fingers. Finally, Ninja Yellow shuriken, which looks like some kind of corn chip, it's actually based on the Sanpo, or 3-pointed shuriken, with a little bit of the Itomaki's flat blade design worked in. As for the Makibishi Caltrops, on the show they have the same design as they did in real life, 4-pronged iron spikes that landed pointy side up no matter how you threw them. And they were also used for area of effect control when they were thrown down, not simply thrown behind them while running away where anyone with eyeballs could just move out of the way.
Alright, color me impressed. Though I do have to mention that in all of my experiences studying and using shuriken, I have never seen the stereotypical hand slide technique work. Shuriken were thrown a lot of different ways, but rapid succession was not one of them. That and, come on, shuriken couldn't possibly do enough damage to warrant this kind of response. They were distraction tools, not lethal weapons. Except for that guy. Yikes, right in the forehead. What else you got?
Well, as far as homogeneous weapons go, the Kaka Rangers also have Shinobi Knuckles, capable of delivering a brutal punch to minions and walls alike, which ninja of history actually had in the form of the Tekken. No, not that, actual Iron Fists. But there are a couple of unique attacks and techniques between the individual Kaka Rangers that definitely are worth making mention when compared to ninjas of history. First, let's start off with Ninja Red. His cloning technique called the Wakimi no Jutsu may seem like a physical impossibility, but its practical use is identical to its real-life counterpart, the Bushin no Jutsu, where multiple ninja would dress identical and move in such synchronization that enemies would believe that what they saw were many bodies of one mind. Next is Ninja Blue, and he's packing a rather controversial ninja technique. He apparently can manipulate his weight, his movement, or bodies of water themselves to tread across without sinking. And this is a hefty parallel to the Mizugumo, wooden prosthetics that would supposedly spread out a ninja's surface area, allowing them to tread on water. Though this has been largely debunked by Mythbusters due to the Mizugumo's bulk. But there is another water walking tool, the Mizukaki, that would allow a ninja to cross mucky, swampy areas with much greater ease using the same process of spreading out one surface area. Add on to the fact that the sandals were also much smaller than the Mizugumo, and it's even more believable. Finally, the last one I really gotta make mention of before our time is up is Ninja Yellow's unique weapon, the Yellow Claw. a 4-pronged spring-loaded claw that would shoot out and grapple opponents, to comedic effect. But the ninja weapon that Yellow Claw was based on, the Tekokagi, was absolutely no joke. These were also 4-pronged iron claws that ninja would strap to their wrists and grasp with their hands. And these claws could do anything from helping a ninja climb up wood or earth to parrying and catching enemy sword attacks to horribly maiming enemies. So, with all this information in mind, how would you rate the Kaku Rangers compared to ninjas of history?
I honestly can't give them more than a 2. I'm not saying this is a bad show, and I'm not saying it isn't entertaining as all get out, but real ninja, not really. While it is cool that the characters are based off of popular fictional ninja, and so many of their weapons and abilities have so many inspirations from history, it's still just hyperfiction.
Well, I guess I'll go out on a limb here and give these guys a nice middle ground 5 out of 10 stars. I agree that this kids show really doesn't encapsulate what ninja really were according to history, but for a kids show, I think Toei did a pretty good job of incorporating a lot of inspirations and nods to not only ninja culture, but its history as they evolved in popular culture. Not the best examples of ninja, sure, but still a lot worth looking into.
And how about you guys? Do you think this colorful crew of would-be shinobi are decent representations of the real thing? Or is this tokusatsu series leaning a little too hard on the camp? Let us know in the comments below, and once again, a huge thank you to all the patrons who helped keep Witch Ninja alive. The poll was really close this time, but eventually we'll get to... Neko Nin. But if you want to learn more about real-life ninja, be sure to check out the rest of the Witch Ninja series. And also be sure to check out our other cultural analysis show, Culture Shock. And if you're not subscribed yet, you might want to, because the next video is the pilot episode for our brand new show, Yokai Watchers. But until next time, everyone, this is Gaijin Goombah, signing out.